Hi guys, it's Fernanda. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I made the labels for my classroom to help me get organized. So ever since I posted that vlog where I was trying to organize my room a little bit, so I had bins for like pencils, bins for crayons, bins for scissors, and so on and so forth, you guys have been asking how I made the labels, and some of you have even asked me if I can put the labels on my Teachers Pay Teachers store. Unfortunately, I'm not going to put the labels on my Teachers Pay Teachers store because the images that I use are just from Google and I don't think I can use them for commercial use. But I can show you how I made them. But honestly, it's super simple, and there's definitely a tons of room for you to make it your own and make it match like your classroom theme if you want to. All you really need for this video is a computer, Wi-Fi, and a printer, and maybe laminating sheets. Maybe not if you're not into that. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to go on to Google to just look for an image that I want to include in my label. So let's say I'm going to make a pencil label. I'm just going to type in pencil and PNG. So the reason I type in PNG is because the background is transparent. So if the background has these little like checkered board pattern, that means it's transparent, and it's just going to make it a lot easier when you're editing, at least in my opinion. So I'm going to save it as pencils. Then I'm going to go to PicMonkey. I'm going to go on to this little section that says design and then pick blank canvas. So typically for my labels, I like to have them in a square, so it doesn't really matter what I choose, but I do like to choose from this side because it'll be a larger print and the quality will be better. So if you want to make it bigger, it won't be all like foggy and blurry and stuff. So I typically choose this one. Actually, not that one. This one. Then I crop it and I choose a square. Then I make the square as big as possible. Again, you don't have to do this if you don't want your label to be a square. You can definitely have it a rectangle or whatever works for you. After this, I go to the butterfly right on the left side. These are your overlays, and I click on add your own from your computer. And ignore all this. These are just a ton of things that I've been working on. Pencil. So then there is my picture. And I'm just playing a little bit with it just to make it the size that I want. So then that's done. I'm still going to be using overlays. So now I'm just going to use geometric overlays. I click on the rectangle and then I just spread it out. And I typically like to make it a little bit thicker too. So once you have your black rectangle going across it, I like to go to text. And for text, you can use fonts that are already on the website. So this website has a ton of different fonts that you can use. However, if you want to use a font that has a little crown, you have to have the premium membership. The premium membership is about $32 a year, which I think it's worth it. I don't know about you guys, but I use PicMonkey for so many things, so I just keep renewing it. I think I've had it for like 3 years now. But you can also use your own fonts that you have downloaded on your computer. My favorite fonts to use are the KG fonts from Teachers Pay Teachers and also the Hello fonts. So the font I was using for my labels was KG Bless Your Heart. So I just add text, and I make sure that I drag this little circle to white because I want my font to be white. Then I just write pencils. I center it. I drag the edges of my text all the way to the end, just to make sure it's actually centered. And I just kind of make it bigger. So this is probably how I would want it. Something I didn't do that I wish I did with my labels was go to this little layers palette. I'm sorry it's a little bit cut off, but I hope you can see. And then I press this button right here. This is just going to combine all your layers. So as you can see, after I combine them, I cannot move anything. Then I'm going to go to borders. I'm going to choose a simple edge and just apply. Trust me, this makes it so much easier when cutting because you have an edge to cut along. With my labels, I didn't have the borders, so some of them are very crooked and it sucks, but yeah, so just a heads up for you guys if you want to make labels like these. So then you're just going to hit export if you're happy with your label. You're just going to name your image and then just export to your computer. Okay, so now to print, this is what it would look like if you just printed once. So if you are printing the same label multiple times, so let's say you have multiple bins for your pencils, I like to go to 6 per page. So they would be about this size. If you're printing different labels all at once, then I would go to layout and do 6 pages per sheet. And then you would just hit print. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed my videos because I do post 2 videos every week. So this is it for the video, for real now. I will see you guys in my next video on Saturday morning.